in third unit, which is under the title of asynchronous sequential circuits. Okay, so the title itself will tell all the circuits are asynchronous circuits, and in asynchronous circuits we have the contents like asynchronous sequential logic circuits, transition tables, flow tables, race conditions, hazards and errors in digital circuits, applications. We have some applications like a 4 digits unit converter using BCD to 7 segment display. Okay, we have a counter which will count 4 digits using binary coded decimal and a 7 segment display, and some Christmas tree flasher. These are the theory contents. Okay, these are the theory contents of the unit 3. Similarly, we have almost like 4 experiments, okay, that are associated with this thing, out of which 3 are only considered, which is the first one, which is design of asynchronous up counter and down counter. We have already done this. And then design and implementation of shift registers using single input single output, okay, or CISO, SIPO and PISO and PIPO. Okay, and we have shift left and shift right operations of certain bits. Okay, and we have basically shifters, bit shifters, and then design and implementation of a ring counter, Johnson counter using 4-bit shift register. These are the 3 experiments that are associated with unit 3. Okay, so let us start with the very fundamental introduction, which is asynchronous circuits. Asynchronous circuits are not at all synchronized by clock. This is the first and the foremost thing, where it doesn't have a clock signal. Reason, requirement will not be there in certain circuits. Okay, so the states or the inputs, if you change the inputs, immediately the output will change. Okay, immediately the output will change. So let us check the third point, which is the circuit will reaches a steady state condition, okay, by this equation, that is yi is equal to capital I for all values of I. The steady state condition means stable condition. Okay, in case of flip flops, 1 1 is not a steady state condition, unknown condition. 0 1 and 1 1 0 are the 2 conditions which are more steady state. Okay, 0 0 is also a unsteady condition. So 0 1 and 1 0 in case of flip flops is a steady state condition. Similarly, you consider yi is equal to capital Yi. Okay, yi is equal to capital Yi for all values of I if it reaches a steady state condition. What are all the values that require in order to make the flip flop in steady state condition is 0 1 and 1 0. Okay, rest 2 conditions are not known, or those are unsteady state condition or unstable conditions. Okay, look at the point number 4. For a given value of input variables, okay, input variables, the system is stable if the circuit reaches a steady state condition. Okay, steady state condition. Let us check the example of a refrigerator. When it will reach steady state condition, whenever the temperature fluctuations are nominal, external temperature fluctuations are very nominal, system will reach stable condition. The compressor will continuously on if the temperature is quickly changing. Okay, if the temperature is gradually changing, the switching action of the compressor also will happen gradually. Okay. Excuse me. So transition from one stable to other occurs only in response to change of the input to the input variable. Look at this point, which is transition from one stable state to other occurs only in response to the input variable. So we'll take the same refrigerator example. Refrigerator is maintaining a temperature of 25 degrees, okay, in order to keep your food fresh. Suddenly there is an external temperature which has raised it to 40 degrees. What is the temperature difference? Almost 15 degrees is the temperature difference. So if the temperature switch is set, okay, if the temperature is set, switch is set for 5 degrees variation, for every 5 degrees the compressor will go on and off. Similarly here we have 15 degrees. So until and unless it reach internal temperature as 25, the compressor will continuously on despite of this external temperature. But external temperature will have an impact on the refrigerator. Clear? So transition from one stable state is 25, but what is the impact happened? 40 degrees. Okay, so it occurs in response to change in the input variable. Okay, input variable is what? Input to this is temperature, right? Temperature variable has increased to 40, so the internal temperature also will increase, thereby the compressor will on. So transition of the state of your compressor has happened from off state to on state because of this input. Similarly, in asynchronous circuits, the input variable, if it changes, okay, input variable if it changes, transition will happen. Okay, very simple fundamental logic. So fundamental mode of operation, we have two basic points. Input signal changes only when the circuit is in a stable condition. Input signal changes. Okay, input signal changes. Here temperature has reached to 25. What should be the condition of the compressor? Off. Okay, so input signal change, okay, occurs only when the circuit is stable. It has stabilized at 25, so the compressor is off. Okay, input signal change only one at a time. Only one at a time, right? So that is also one fundamental thing. So time between two input changes must be longer than time it takes to reach the circuit in a stable condition. Why? Here, so you have switched on a fan. How much time it will take to reach the maximum speed of the fan? Let us say 1 minute. Okay, within 1 minute if you switch off the fan, what happens? It will never reach the maximum speed. Okay, maximum speed, that is what it is telling. So time between two input changes must be longer than that of circuit to reach the stable state. Okay, so you change an input, you switched on a fan, you have to wait for 1 minute in order to get maximum speed, right? Maximum speed. If you switch off within 1 minute, it will never reach the maximum speed. That is what the stable condition is. Maximum speed is the stable condition. Okay, timing is always a major problem because of unequal delays. Okay, so here you can compensate time using delays, right? So that delays are unequal in case of asynchronous circuit. So time management also happens in asynchronous circuit, but it is done with the help of a delay. Okay, it is done with the help of a delay. So asynchronous sequential circuits, we have some fundamental basics we already have discussed in the previous slide. So here it will give you more detailed information that it doesn't require any clock. It is clock free device. Best example is electrical switch. It's a clock free device. Okay, so internal states can change at any instance of time, whether there is a change in input or change in output. Okay, change in output. So internal transitions, okay, internal transitions will happen at any instance of time, right? At any instance of time. So one good example, again with the refrigerator example itself I will tell. Suddenly you have opened the refrigerator door. Okay, the refrigerator door is open. When the refrigerator door is open, there will be some temperature loss. That is called as internal state change. Internal state change has happened not because of the temperature externally or internal temperature, but because of opening of a door you have seen some temperature change. Okay, so that is called as an internal state change. Internal state change does not been triggered here by the input variable, the external temperature, okay, nor the internal temperature, but your opening has triggered the internal state change. Have a better performance but hard to design due to timing problems. Asynchronous circuits always will have some timing problems. They have a better performance. Okay, they definitely have a better performance, most of the asynchronous circuits are switching logics only, right? But here switching logics will always face timing problems or delays. Okay, so why we need asynchronous circuits, right? Why we need them? So as discussed, they will definitely accelerate the speed of your machine. Okay, you take the door and switch example. So if it is a mechanical switch, okay, automatically it will switch on your fan, just a simple switch on and off. But if it is a fully automated synchronized room, okay, it requires a sensor to microcontroller, microcontroller to relay, relay will switch on your devices. Okay, any one break will not function, give a proper output. But here you switch alone fails, the whole circuit is off. But here if any one fails, the whole circuit will be off. Okay, so this is more simplistic in nature. This asynchronous circuits are more simplistic in nature. They have small independent gates. Okay, this logic can be executed with small independent gates. These are necessary when we have multiple circuits. When we have multiple circuits, each having its own clock. No clock is in asynchronous circuits also there will be clock, but when we are dealing with multiple circuits with individual clocks, okay, we have to go with an asynchronous fashion, else the clock signal will not sync, thereby it will give a faulty output.